The message of Pope Francis for Lent 2024 focuses on several points. Here is a summary of some of those themes. The first point, freedom from slavery. Now, the metaphor used here comes from the Old Testament journey of the Jewish people from Egypt to the land of Canaan. The message begins by recording that experience from slavery as a journey towards freedom, freedom to live for God and for His people. Lent is presented as an opportune time to cut away from these ties that hinder our spiritual growth and, of course, consequently, our life with our brothers and sisters. The second point is the reality that is around us and the cry of the oppressed. Pope Francis has several times touched on this point, learning how to listen to the cry of the poor, referring to how God saw and liberated the people of Israel in the land of Egypt. He heard their cry. I have heard the cry of my people. Pope Francis calls for deep reflection on how each of us responds to the cry of the oppressed and the vulnerable. Are you one of those who turn your head into the other direction when a person who needs your help cries? The third point, which is equally important, is the fight against idols and lies. In our world where there are new idols, where there are new lies, it is much more important for us to build muscle in order to fight away these idols. There are idols which are traditional and are repeated even in the Gospels, and we will hear them: power, money, and success. The message of the Pope encourages us to struggle against these falsehoods and seek a conversion that allows us to abandon all types of attachments in order to have a progress in our spiritual life and also in our fraternal life wherever we live. The fourth point, which is equally important, is the call of the Pope for all of us to pause in order to reflect through prayer, contemplative reading of the Word of God, and at the same time, on the other side, find time to take concrete actions in order to help our brothers and sisters who need our help. This balance is actually an indicator of spiritual maturity, of spiritual growth. Now, here are three suggestions which you could use in order for you to put into practice this message of Lent, the year 2024. Reflect and pray. I begin with the last part. Dedicate some bit of your time to prayer, but with a bit of discipline on this. Examine if there are idols holding you back and impeding you from spiritual growth. If you find idols, these hurdles which stop you from moving forward into your spiritual life, then seek conversion, seek help from God. Ask for grace in order for you to overcome them. The second point in our way of living our spiritual life, in order for us to put into practice the word that has been presented to us, is solidarity. Listening to the cry of the poor is part of the reflection, but then we cannot head at listening to them, though that listening is already an act of charity. We need to take action, implement what you have felt is necessary to help someone, participate in solidarity initiatives. If they are not there, take action even individually, both locally and globally. Participate in initiatives, for example, that fight for justice, for equality, for the poor. Take initiative that you know you are capable of carrying out, so that even that feeling of success may help you again in taking a step forward next time you want to do such an initiative. And the last point is seek conversion at a personal level, but also at the community level. Reflect on how you can contribute to a communal conversion. Involve your Christian community in decisions and choices that foster fraternity, social justice, and environmental care. And above all, do not waste any opportunity, any chance of being involved in creating a more fraternal world around you. Actively participate in your community's life. Share the challenges of Lent. Involve others in taking initiatives that take care of the environment around you. Do everything you can to put into practice what you have learned while you are reflecting. Solidarity in action is also what we need to measure every day in our prayer, whether what we intended to do, we have done it to the best and to our satisfaction or not. And so, reflection, prayer, solidarity in action, personal and communal conversion, they are key, they are important. They are actually the sweet perfume that makes the period of Lent very, very important for our spiritual growth. Have a blessed Lenten journey.